I noticed that there was a male cat, obviously a tom, spraying around the outside of my house. I had a number of cats that were living with me at the time, so I think maybe he was attracted by their scent even though they weren't going outside. And so he obviously knew something was going on in the house. I saw him a few times and winter was coming on, and I thought to myself, well, if I can find a way to get him in the house for a second, trap him in the laundry room, maybe I'd have the animal control come and get him and give him a chance to get adopted and give him a chance to have a longer life.
They would call the Montgomery County Humane Society, and it goes to both of us. It goes for animal control and the Humane Society. So they would call, like you see here, these would be the Montgomery County Humane Society Emergency Services. And then, so they would call that number. The 5900 is the emergency number, and we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So somebody is always here. We have to be here to feed the animals. There's always kennel staff here, there's always drivers here, and there's always dispatchers here, 24/7. So 365 days out of the year, we're here. I mean, we get skunks, and we get raccoons, and we get foxes, and we get birds and bats. We get geese and ducks and gosh, dogs, cats, of course. We've picked up iguanas. I mean, ferrets. You know, there's just a ton of things that we could end up getting. Humane Society deals with the rescue part of it. So, like, if a raccoon is, like, you know, stumbling around or got stuck, and just basically, you'll get a raccoon in a trash can. We get bats out of people's houses, birds. If a baby bird fell out of a tree, we'll pick that up. We get baby fawns. We'll get a dog that's contained. That, like, if somebody found the dog and they can contain the dog. And we also will go, say a dog gets hit by a car. We'll go and pick the dog up, and then we call the dispatcher, and they'll find a vet for the dog to go. Animal control goes after at-larges. They go after aggressive. If a dog has bitten somebody, they do livestock. They would, if they capture the dog, which sometimes doesn't always happen, so they would get the dog, bring it back here, and if they knew where the owners live, which a lot, you know, if it has a chip or tags or something, they'd go back and they'd post the door, you know, write them a citation. And then when the people come in to claim their dog, you know, they better have their rabies shots and everything up to date, because they can be fined, and they'll get also fined for the dog being at large. But if the next door neighbor says that, like, you know, keeps calling and says, this cat's hosing my yard, they deal with cat nuisance call. So that would be animal control. Those are, you know, they're like the cruelty cases. They'll go and if the people aren't home, they'll take the dog, and that's animal control.
Rabies is a viral disease of dogs, of any mammals. Any warm-blooded mammal can get rabies. It's a viral disease that attacks the nervous system of the animal. Rabies is a difficult disease to actually recognize, because there are two different forms. There's actually a vicious form, which is the one that everybody thinks about. The animal drooling all the water and unable to swallow, which is why you have the saliva coming down. The other form, however, is called the dumb form. And the dumb form of rabies is actually the animal becomes very docile. So if you have a really, really mean dog, it may all of a sudden become very sweet and nice. The biggest place you're going to find rabies, and especially in the Maryland area, is going to be in wild animals such as raccoons, foxes. So if you were to see, let's say, a raccoon, and you're out hiking, and it's the middle of the day, and there's a raccoon out there, you want to just avoid it, and you don't want to engage it at all. You want to try to get away from it.
Over in the top right, there is a wildlife trap that is used for catching raccoons. The front portion lowers so the animal can be pulled and put into the cage. On the bottom are cat carriers to hold stray or injured cats. Behind them are 2 dog crates that are large enough to hold any size dog.
This is for catching like hawks, owls, geese. This is a snake hole, and what you do is you want to get the front of the snake to grab a hold of it, you know. Also, you can pick up, like say we've had to get kittens out of drains and stuff like that. You can reach down and pick a baby kitten up, you know, baby possums, anything little that, you know, has fallen down something and you really can't reach it and stuff like that. So sometimes we've had to, say, pull a dog that's, you know, not too happy. And when we get him on here, he's definitely just gotten worse, and then he starts flipping around on that. So we just try to calm them down, talk to them, you know, make them, just pin them down, make them relax a little, you know, step by step until you get them into the cage. And we have different size poles. We have this smaller one here, and then as you see, I have my larger pole here. I keep a lot of different stuff in here. These are little wildlife carriers here. Now these could be for a bird or a bat if we have to get them, you know, baby squirrels. So we have different sizes of these. So everyone keeps these in their van, you know, to smaller to bigger sized ones. We keep plenty of blankets and towels. I keep a lot of treats in here because sometimes if a dog's scared and I can't get them, I'll try to get a treat. Water, because we don't want them, if we go out on a call where a dog is like been out in the heat and they're going into heat stroke, we want to definitely have water and be prepared for that. We have our big gloves, very big and thick gloves. So if you're dealing with, you know, something like a cat got hit by a car and you don't want to, you know, pull the animal, you want to pick it up, but you know it's gonna, you know, try to bite you. You know, this way it's very thick. They usually can't get through that. You know, I keep all my leashes down in here too. Our rubber gloves, because we pick up dead animals too. At nighttime you have to go out, you know, and you need a flashlight or two. I have duct tape, you know, just, and tools, you know, to fix things here. So I have my first aid kit. We have more batteries. Our flashlights, and bungee cords. This is called vet wrap. So say the dog has a wound on it or something like that, you can wrap it up really fast with this and some gauze. And this just like sticks to it so it won't come undone, you know. So if you wrap it around, it sticks again. That's pretty much our vans, you know.
Poplar Springs Animal Sanctuary is one of several animal rescues in Montgomery County, Maryland. When the Humane Society picks up livestock, Poplar Springs is one of the places where the animals may find a new home. Its 400 acres provide a refuge for unwanted, abandoned, or neglected animals. Here, these animals find their permanent home.